Hi everybody, it's me, Mr. C, and today's subject will be time in chess.
As for children, kids, so much fun you'll split a rib. Summer, winter, fall, we'll checkmate them all with a Chess for Children kids.
Chess for Children. We make children smarter.
Please welcome author, lecturer, chess coach, and CEO of Chess for Children, National Master Steve
Hi,
Colding.
my name is Steve Colding from Chess for Children. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about chess, chess openings, chess tactics, and all chess related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Hi everybody, Steve Colding here, and Steve Colding from Chess for Children. Yes, it's me, Mr. C, and my website is chessforchildren.com. Okay, you can get, and what are we here today for? Well, we started our thing on the chessboard, and we talked about the 7 elements in the game of chess. Okay, now if you missed our first lesson on the 7 elements in the game of chess, I have a little something that'll help you remember. Okay, now first I want to say the game of chess starts in balance, right? And by the imbalances in the position determines whether we win or lose. Okay, so or draw. Okay, so the balances in the imbalances and balances in the position determine how we are doing in the game. Well, what is it we are balancing? Well, we balance the elements. Now, if you want to know what the elements are, and Monday, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 12. We changed our time. We're just doing an hour now. From 11 to 12. We are going to show you a little lesson. Now, what the elements are, okay, and let's see the elements. The elements in the game of chess are space, which we talked about last time, time, which is the amount of pieces you have out, force, which is the amount of stuff you have. If you have one more pawn, you have more force. Harmony is how your pieces are working together. Position is where your king is and how your piece, where your king is and how your pawns are set up. Dynamics and psychology. Okay, so today we are going to talk about time. Okay, time in chess. Okay, so the game of chess, and we're going to illustrate you, albeit it's a very extreme version of it, of time. What to do when you're, how to recognize you're ahead in time, and how to take advantage of it when your opponent gives you more time. Time is the amount of pieces you have out. The opening is a race to get your pieces out as fast as possible. So if our opponent wastes time by doing something that he shouldn't do, we can definitely take advantage of it. And today, now I just want to make sure that everything's fine. Can everybody hear me? Can one of my viewers just let me know? And welcome, viewers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming and watching my lesson here. Okay, can anybody tell me whether everything's fine? Are we doing fine? Well, don't worry. Anyway, the game we are going to go over today is a game from 1974. So it's a pretty modern game comparatively. The game is Walter Brown versus Good Morning, Orphan X. How are you? How are you today? Oh, great. Thank you, Connor. I'm glad you like the way it looks. We're going to go over a special game. Nice to hear you. Okay, thank you, Orphan X. That's what I meant. Nice and so. Doing fine? I'm doing great. I'm doing marvelous. I like our new format. It's not so hard on me. We will get back to simul's, but I decided I wanted to do little lessons and stuff like that. Okay, but if we have time enough, maybe afterwards, I'll accept a couple of challenges. Okay, now, the game we are going to go over will illustrate the element of time. And in this time, what we are going to do, we are going to show you the game. It's Walter Brown versus Miguel Quinteros. Now, let's talk a little bit about the guys who are doing it. Okay, the first one is Walter Brown. Okay, and let's see, Walter Brown. Walter Brown was an Australian-born American chess and poker player. Awarded the Grandmaster title in 1970, he won the U.S. Championship 6 times. Okay? Let's see, what else? Brown won the U.S. Junior Championship in 1966. Brown had dual Australian and U.S. championships. And anyway, Brown was famous for saying, let's see, one of his famous sayings was that he was the devil at chess. Okay. Anyway, Walter Brown, great player, great speed player, founded the U.S. Speed Championship, the U.S. Speed tournament. However, it's not around anymore. He had a league, and it was pretty good. And this is his book, The Stress of Chess and Its Infinite Finesse. A nice title, right? You can get an ebook on this on Amazon.com if you want. And he is playing Bobby Fischer's best friend at the time. Let's see, Bobby Fischer's best friend, who is Miguel Quinteros. Miguel Quinteros is an Argentine grandmaster. Miguel is still alive. Walter has passed away. Miguel Quinteros, born in 1947, and he was one of the top grandmasters at the time. And he was the youngest winner in 1966 at the age of 18, the youngest winner ever to win the Argentina Championship. And he took 8th place at Mar del Plata, and he was one of Bobby Fischer's best friends. And that will come in a little later in the game why that was interesting. Okay, so those are the players. It's 1974. The game is played in Wilkins-Sea in Hogovens at Wilkins-Sea on January 31st, 1974. Okay, so the stage is set. Okay, now, right here, if you have any questions, be sure I will be glad to answer. Okay, that's why I'm here. I will be glad to answer any questions and don't worry about it. If you don't want me to say your name, I won't say your name, but I frankly think any question is valid if it helps you understand. Okay, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything. Okay? The Netherlands off for next. The Netherlands is your home country. Okay, wow, we got international flavor around here. Okay, well, this game happened in your country, so you probably know this game. Anyway, let's go on, and the first move is e4, c5, the Sicilian defense. Walter Brown was a Najdorf Sicilian player, and Quinteros was Bobby Fischer's best friend. So we'll get into it a little later. Walter Brown played knight f3, and now Quinteros played d6. Now, chances are the Najdorf is going to be played. And if you don't know what the Najdorf variation is, the Najdorf variation continues like this. Pawn takes, knight takes, knight f6, knight here, and a6. And Bobby Fischer was the foremost expert in this. Okay, and Walter Brown loved to play the white side and the black side of this. But in this case, since he's playing Miguel Quinteros, and that's the thing that grandmasters do, they use psychology. He played this move, the Rossolimo variation, named after Nicholas Rossolimo. Some call this the canal variation because of the next couple of moves. Bishop d7, bishop takes, queen takes. There are other moves besides bishop d7. There's knight d7 is a common reply, and knight d7 and knight c6, although knight c6 is a little frowned upon. Okay, and c4. Okay, c4. c4 is an interesting move. Does anybody understand why c4 is played? Anybody have a good idea why he played c4? No? Okay, well, I will tell you. The reason in the Sicilian defense, a critical move for black to play is d5. So Walter Brown is clamping down on d5, saying, no, you're going to have a very tough time to play d5. Why do you want to play d5? Well, the reason we want to play d5, right, sort of Maroczy bind, very good. Orphanex said Maroczy bind. Yes, it's very much like a Maroczy bind if we play d3. The only difference is the white square bishops I got. And I think that, if nothing else, that favors probably black there, because he doesn't have to worry about the white square bishop being a little cramped in the position, which happens in the Maroczy bind sometimes. But hey, a bind is a bind, right? Okay, let's see. White square bishop is not that great either. So maybe it's just equal, but here black plays a move, a forking move, which attacks two things at once. He plays queen to... Whoa, hold on. Let me do the chessboard, and let me get myself... Okay, let me move... Oh, the cam? Right, okay. Let me make me a little smaller so you can see this better. Okay, now, let me lock that in. Okay, lock it in. Okay, now, that's a little bit... He plays... Yeah, mouse slip, Connie. He plays queen to g4. Okay, now this attacks two important pawns right now. It attacks the g2 pawn and the e4 pawn. Now, this happens quite a lot, and I know this is frustrating for some players in the fact that when you have done nothing wrong, your opponent moves his queen and wins a pawn, even though you've done nothing wrong. There's a poem in there somewhere. Even though you've done nothing wrong, your opponent has won a pawn. Anyway, now, but in this kind of situation, if you know about time and you know the rules of time, you know that you should not be fretting in the least. In fact, when a queen comes out, the queen is a target in the opening and can be attacked very easily. Even a pawn move can chase a queen away. Okay? So the queen, even though it's an excursion, and even though it wins a pawn, it's not probably worth it. Well, to let you know if you should win a pawn or not, there's a formula that grandmasters and masters and even players like me, well, I am a master, but players like me use. And the formula we use is that a pawn is worth three moves. A pawn is worth 3 moves. Yes, white gets a lot of tempo. If white can get 3 moves for the pawn, then it's worth it. But if white gets less than 3 moves, chances are it's not worth it. So white, the G pawn here right now, since it's the opening and you don't want to smash up your king side and keep your king in the middle of the board, he castles. Okay, white castles. And black, it doesn't make sense to come here and then not take the pawn, so he takes the pawn. Now this is a critical move here. Now, does anybody have an idea what move we should do here? Does anybody have an Orthodox? Do you have an idea? Kana, do you have an idea what we should do here? Excuse me drinking tea. You know, I gotta get my caffeine in sometime. D4 Orthodox. That's exactly right. D4 is the move. Now, D4 may seem counterintuitive to some people because it's not attacking the queen. But look, we have 2 pieces out. And whenever you have more pieces out than your opponent, whenever you have more time for your opponent, more time, you want to open the position. You want the position to open. And why do you want it to open? Because your pieces will have more power, because they'll have more freedom to go places. If you have more pieces out and they can do more things, then they're more powerful. So whenever you're up in development, whenever you have a tempo or 2 up, you want the position open. And whenever you're down in development, you want the position closed. So when you're up in development, keep the position open. When you're down in development, keep it closed. So the move, and very good, Orthodox, the move here is D4. Brilliant, brilliant move. Bringing out and opening the position. Now remember what I said, black shouldn't do what he does because he actually aids white in doing this. Now this Quinteros at the time was one of the top grandmasters in the world. Yet even if you're one of the top grandmasters in the world, you have to still follow the rules of development. And here he assists and open the position. Now white is down 2 moves down, although 2 pawns down, although he can get. Now let's see. Does white have 3 moves for his pawn? Okay. Well, his knight and his rook are in the game. That's 2. The bishop can come out. That's 3. So yes, he does have at least 3 moves. Now, how to attack? How to attack? How to get another move out of it? Okay. Well, knight c3 can't happen now because of the pawn, but rook e1, and there's a reason why rook e1. Whenever you see an uncastled king, yeah, not now, of course, right? Whenever you see an uncastled king, and thank you again, Orthodox. There are 2 ways to attack an uncastled king. One, along the f2, f7 square, like in Scholar's Mate. And the other way is along the open e file. Along the open e file. So now, since black has a castle, and white takes the opportunity to bring his rook to the open e file and attack the queen at once. Okay? Now watch this open e file. It's going to be important. The queen moves back to c6, and now knight takes the pawn. Now look, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 moves in, right? We have 3, 4 moves in. I'm just counting how many moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're only 1 pawn down. Now, if black was smart, he tried to buckle in and not try to do too much. Maybe queen d7, but black is in such a greedy move. He plays knight, queen takes pawn. And this practically ends the game for him. In fact, it's terrible because he's 4 moves down already. And now he's getting ready to lose another couple of moves. Okay, what do you think the move is here? Anybody? Anybody have an idea what the move is here? Knight A3. Orthodox is on fire today. He's on fire. Yes, Knight A3. Because we gain a move when we play Knight F3. Knight A3. We attack the queen, and now the queen is forced to move again. The queen is forced to move again. So we have another move. We have, mind you, we gave up a pawn, but we have 4 moves. Now we've got 5. And now the queen goes to C8. Okay. And let's see what move we have now. Who can tell me the move here? Oh, yes, the knight going to C7 would be an ideal thing. But what move is white going to do now? What move? See, and that's the important thing about gaining a tempo. The knight may not be ideal on A3, but it did gain a move. The knight could be ideal on A3, but it did gain a move. So, good development is better than bad development, and bad development is better than no development. Okay, so good development is better than bad, and bad is better. But the moves are adding up. The moves are adding up. Time is adding up. See if we can. And that's exact. Orthodox is he's just on. I mean, maybe he should start teaching me. Okay, that he's absolutely right. He says, knight on A to B5, or move the bishop. Okay, the bishop goes to F4. The bishop goes to F4, and both knight on B5 goes to, and bishop to F4 have 2 threats. Remember we talked about that open E file? Remember we talked about the threat is now bishop takes D6. And look, we got another move in, another move that gains us another move. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. Well, that's worth our stuff. But now, when black makes a move, what black has to defend this, or maybe he shouldn't try to defend. He should try to hunker down, and maybe this is his last chance to give back a pawn and then defend for a long, long time. Then defend. Now, this very rarely do grandmasters get themselves. I don't know. I'm not going to venture onto why he's playing in this kind of manner. He should know better being a grandmaster. But it just goes to show you that even grandmasters sometimes believe they're hype. Sometimes believe that they can win regardless. Okay, so bishop F4, threatening bishop takes D6. So what happens? The queen again protects the bishop. I think I might have to just again protects the pawn. Now I think I might just have to pitch that pawn by playing E6 or try and get some piece out. My goodness, everything is just so bad. But here at the time, okay, here at the time. What move now? What move now? Anybody? Can anybody think of a good move here? Okay, the move is the move is knight to B5. Now knight to B5 again using the E file. Again using the e-file. Now we're threatening knight takes d6 check. Pawn can't take because it's pinned. And queen can't take because the bishop will take the queen. Okay, so both of those moves, bishop to f4 and knight to b5, are part of the plan. Now, I feel very sorry for the Grandmaster, and I think his best move here would probably be e6. Although after e6, knight going to f5 would look a little dangerous. If e6 and knight going to f5, boy oh boy. Okay, can he do that? Oh, can't even do knight to f5 now that I think about it. Let's see, knight to f5, what do we do here? e6. Bishop take. Oh, is it bishop take? Yeah, I think it's bishop takes first. Bishop takes, and then knight to f5. Is that it? Although I'm looking at bishop takes here. Yes, bishop takes. It seems like he'll have to pitch his way out of this, but this still looks very bad. I mean, he's threatening here, he's threatening here. This just looks awful. Okay, so regardless, I think this would be very bad for him. But e6, without a doubt, is the best way, probably. Unless I'm missing something. But you know, this is very typical of a position of a human being. And this is 1974, so computers weren't around to that extent. I mean, probably any computer around at that time. I think Botvinnik was working on computer chess at that time, but his computer would have taken up the size of a whole room to play chess. In any case, the move was e5. And of course, this is terrible. Does anybody understand why this is terrible? You should be in a defensive position. It's obvious that you're down a whole bunch of moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you have only one move out. And then you do e5. And e5 gives white the opportunity to open the position. And the move is bishop takes e5. Bishop takes e5. Pawn takes e5. Rook takes e5. Check. And bishop to e7. And now in every chess game, there has to come a creative move in every good chess game. And let's see if you can see the creative move, the move that really keeps this pressure on. Let's see, anybody venture a guess in what the move is? Can anybody venture a guess into what the move is? No, not rook c1 off the next, because he's able to get the knight out then. And believe me, he wants to get some piece out. Some piece, any piece, and just one piece will help. Remember, time is your most fleeting element to be up. Because time only lasts, you can only be so much ahead in time. So it is the most fleeting of elements, and the fact that it does not last. So you have to strike. Rook d5 is the move, Orthodox. You did it again. Okay. Rook d5 is the move. What a creative move. And he said, hi, Hillel, how you doing? We're looking at, and Hillel and I, we went over this game, so Hillel knows about the moves here. And Orthodox Hillel, just came up with the correct move, which is rook to d5. Rook to d5. Of course, this rook cannot be captured, because if queen takes, knight goes to c7 check. So that move cannot be, and the queen is lost. Okay, so he does not do that. Oh, I gave away the move. Okay, now the next move is knight to f5. What is this knight move threatening? What is this knight move threatening? By the way, queen e2 might be good here too, but knight f5 looks like it's a little more decisive, a little more. I mean, what's the threat? What's the threat? Yes, I did, Hillel, and now I'm showing it to everyone else. Okay, showing them this game. And Hillel knows this game well. Hillel, if you want, Hillel, afterwards you can challenge me, because I think we're going to have a little time afterwards. Okay, anybody know what the threat is here? Yes, the knight fork. Alphanax is on a roll here. Knight to d6 is threatened. Knight to d6 check. Bishop takes, knight takes d6, and knight takes queen would be. And we're also threatening knight to g8. So knight to g7 check. So he plays king to f8 to protect against both of the threats. Okay. Both of the threats. Yes, very good, Hillel. Fork. He stopped the fork. Now what? No, not knight to d6. And see, already the king has now lost the right to castle. Why is that important? Well, because the pieces are disconnected. Look how connected the pieces are. They're not at all. And we could really say he lost harmony because of this. But one advantage always leads to another. So yes, white is up. Is he still? White is up material. White is up force. But he's down harmony. He's down, you could say, position, because his king is not in a great position. You could say he's down time. Definitely down time. And he's down. So white really is up in a lot of elements, and black is only up in time. Knight takes e7 is correct, Hillel. Knight takes e7 is the move. Hillel came up with the move. Knight takes e7. Good job, Hillel. Knight takes e7. Because if knight takes e7, rook d8 check is back rank mate after queen takes, king takes. So, here king e7. And now, does anybody know the last move? The last move of the game. Yes, it would be checkmate. Very good. Hillel said in 2. That's exactly right. Last move of the game. After this, the grand queen e2 is fine and probably still wins, Hillel. In fact, queen e2, the only problem with that is probably, let's see, queen e2, he could probably play knight c6. Can he play knight c6? No, he can't play knight c6. Queen e2, knight c6. Yeah, stops queen e5. But it doesn't look good for him. I still say it was good. Rook e5, correct. Rook e5 is the move. Rook e5. Because if king f8, queen d6, knight e7, queen takes, king g8, queen e8, queen takes queen, rook takes queen. Checkmate. Grandmasters can see that far. And if king f6, queen d6, we call this the kill box checkmate. The kill box. And queen will have to come up and then rook takes, pawn takes, and knight to c7 wins the rook. And it's just everything's won. He could... It's just too much, okay? And grandmasters don't play positions like this. Okay, so there we have it. Y time, a choice of Y time, and even grandmasters, even the best grandmasters, Queen E2, maybe not the best. Well, castling early is important, but he lost time, so he couldn't castle. So you're right, castling early off of next is important, but he lost all that time, so he couldn't castle. Yes, I showed Jotan this because it's important to understand the quality of time. Important to understand the lesson of time. Okay? And it's important to be able to recognize it and win our opponent. But the main reason is, when we are up in time, what kind of position do we want? Yes, Queen G4 was an awful move. It was an awful move. In fact, everybody says that it's a very doubtful move. Now, Quinteros was in a very greedy frame of mind, and so he really deserved it. But Brown probably was very grateful for the point. And it was a pretty game, too. Hey, Yo Tom, how you doing, guy? Yo Tom is there, too. You guys, everybody's there. I'm glad to see you guys here. Okay? Now, so when you're up in time, you want to open the position so that you... Right, very good. You want to open the position because your pieces are more powerful. Okay? So remember, even if you're up even one move over your opponent, and we showed you how to count moves, open the position so that your pieces can roam free. Let them roam free. Okay, so now I am available. If I'm going to go to LIChess, and if anyone wants to challenge me, I'll be there and waiting for them to challenge me. Anything less than 5 minutes or less. Okay? Nothing more, because we're only here for an hour today. So let me go to LIChess. I'm going to go to... Oh, I have to go to my big board. Okay? Have to go to my board right there. Hey guys. Okay. And let me go to... and we've got the music playing. Okay. Okay, Hillel has challenged me. And I will accept his challenge. I'm accepting Hillel's challenge. Okay, and let me see why do I not see the board. Okay, I'm going to... How come I'm not here at the window capture? Okay, why am I not seeing the board? Okay, let me see the board. Oh, I don't see the board. I've got to work this thing correctly. Okay, let me just get... Ah, there it is. Okay, done. Okay, here we go. I'm playing Hillel. I had to give up a little time because of that. But I'm playing the King's Gambit on him, and bravely he accepted the gambit. Even though I'm down a little bit of pieces. Now, the King's Gambit is something that really you shouldn't accept unless you really, really know what you're doing. Okay, I mean, especially if you play E5. G5 is a correct move. And last time we played this, he played it very, very well. Okay, now I'm going to play H4. H4 is the standard move to play in this position. Last time I did play it, and I got checked, and Hello came up with a beautiful move that could have won the game for him, but I managed to wiggle out. Okay, let's see now what's going on. Is he going to play H5, which is considered doubtful? I'm threatening the pawn. Now I need to take this pawn. And we're going to see what happens. Okay. I'll play knight to C6. Oh, gotta get my knight out the way. Okay, bishop h6, d4. I mean, could I have taken this pawn? Maybe. Maybe I could have taken this pawn at...
Chess for Children. We make children smarter.
Okay, right there. Should I just take this pawn? He's going to take my pawn here. Well, I need to move my bishop somewhere, so I've got to move it somewhere, so... Okay, knight f6. I'm not worried about that. Should I worry about that? I can play here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play. Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna play back here. That's a little scary, that move. That move is a little scary. I don't know if I should have did that move. Well, I'm coming back. I feel grateful that I can come back. Okay. Now, do I take this? Or do I back up? I'm going to take this bishop. Okay. And now what shall we do? Let's play Queen E2. Oh, I could play Queen D4. Yeah, I'd like Queen D4. This way I'm protecting, and it's more centralized. It's more centralized and stops them from castling queenside. Okay, I'm going to play here. Okay, now I'm going to castle queenside. Okay, now I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling good. I hear you. It's okay. I'm willing to give you a point. Maybe two. It really isn't 2 pawns because it's not really 2 pawns. It just looks like 2 pawns. Okay, we're rocking now. Okay, now what do? Do I take it? I take this? He's gonna come here. I'm gonna take this first. I'm gonna take that. Okay, now I'm gonna take this one. Because now the pawn is protecting. If he goes here, I have rook h6, or I could double rook. Well, I could double rooks, right? I'm gonna double rooks. Doubling rooks looks great. Rook h8 is coming. Rook h8. Rook h8 is coming. Oh, this is interesting. What's he trying to do? I don't know. Check. Check. Okay, let me check them here. Let me check you here. Okay, now I'm gonna bring my queen back. Oh, I think that gets me a little something there, right? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars.
I'm just so greedy. I'm just so greedy. Okay, good game. Who offered me a challenge next? Off the next. I will be glad to take it. Okay, let's see. French defense, a nice solid defense. I like the advance. It's just, something about smashing, keeping the queen side. Okay, let's see who does this. Okay, this is all, one time I saw Popov and Djindjiashvili once in their tape, which was informative, but not quite my cup of tea because it was a little boring. I mean, I fell asleep on it. But Popov and Djindjiashvili recommended this one. Okay.
I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland. I'm in a wonderland, but I miss your hands and it's making me crazy.
Okay, this is. I think I better cast it now. Even though I can take that pawn. Taking that pawn is taking this pawn, okay? I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can take that pawn. I mean, it is a pawn, right? not much.
See how
Okay.
much I want it. See how bad I need it. You gotta look into
I mean, the pawn is worth a little bit of trouble.
The
pawn is worth a little bit of trouble, so.
Look into my
I
eyes.
didn't castle. I decided to take a pawn. Okay, that may have been greedy of me, but I think I'm going to castle next. Okay. Well, what do I do? Knight takes, rook takes. Do I castle next? If I castle, knight takes, rook takes, knight takes. Okay, I could play knight there, but he's gonna just check me. I'm just gonna castle. Sometimes I guess the pawn wasn't worth it. Okay, and let's see, let me. Okay, let me come here. Just back up for a second. Sometimes a pawn is not worth it. Okay. Yeah, maybe it wasn't worth it. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. I've got a little time. Got a little time here. Okay, let's. Let's see, what can I do here? Wants to do this? Let me. My opponent has offered me a draw. It's a fair offer. Totally fair offer. Okay, I'll take the draw. I'll take the draw. I didn't see how to draw it, so good job. Good game. Thank you so much. And Orthodox, you're much stronger than I imagined you'd be. But I should have imagined you were seeing everything well. Good job. He gave me a pity draw. He should have won. I was trying to see how I could draw this. I mean, let's see. I don't see how I could draw this. Good game. Thank you for the pity draw. Let's see it pushes. I have to take. I just don't see how I could draw it. Okay, maybe you had a way to draw it, but I didn't see it. Okay, thank you for the game. Good game, excellent game. Okay, well, my name, let me get rid of this game. Okay, and go to my board here. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up today, and all of you viewers and everything. Thank you for signing up, all those who signed up. Thank you. Nobody followed me today, but that's okay. I'm not doing the SIMO stuff. So thank you all for showing up. I enjoyed the lesson. I hope you learned a little bit. And Orthodox, thank you for the pity draw. It was really impressive. Okay, next time I gotta play you just a little harder. Okay, and maybe no pity draw for you. Okay, and I shall see you next time. Okay, so remember, my name, I'm Mr. C, and my website is chessforchildren.com. Free lessons, you can go over there and see them. And I'll be glad I'll see you there on Friday at 11 a.m. Thank you, Orthodox. You have a good day too. Thank you, hello. Thank you, Sarah Hobby at 83. I didn't get to say hello to you, but thank you. And thank you, hello, and thank you for this. And I shall see you guys on Friday. So long.